What's up, Christ Centered Mental Health community? This is me, David Lee Chu Sarche. I represent Christ Centered Mental Health, the ministry where I talk about mental health awareness from a Christian perspective in order to give you real hope in Jesus' name to the glory of God the Father. All right, before I get started on this interview, I just have a quick announcement for those of you that are new to the channel. Please check out the Christ Centered Mental Health Ministry website, which is www.christcenteredmentalhealth.net. There you can see our statement of faith. You can find out how to contact me or someone on the team for 24-hour peer support. You can check out the Christ Centered Mental Health bookstore. You can check out how to support the ministry via Patreon, Venmo, or Cash App. And you can also check out the On Faith and Mental Health blog. So this interview is called His Strength and Weakness, where I interview Christians who struggle with mental illness. Today, my guest is Bradley. Bradley, can you introduce yourself and tell everyone what your mental illness is?
Hi, my name's Bradley Cheney. I'm diagnosed with schizoaffective, I don't know what type, disorder, PTSD, ADHD, and the other one I think I don't know there might be another one, I'm not sure, but those are the ones I know of so far. It's yeah.
So for the people that don't know what schizoaffective disorder is, or you said ADHD too?
ADHD, yeah, or maybe it's ADD, I don't know.
Can you explain to them what those are?
Yeah, so schizoaffective, for me at least, the schizoaffective part is a whole lot of, I guess you would call them entities or voices that would inflict pain onto me. Now, for me personally, I respond kinesthetically. I respond to touch very much, and that's what the voices do. That's what my voices do to me, is they inflict pain onto me, and they give me all kinds of delusions to make me go crazy or whatever. Now, you wanted me to elaborate on the ADHD part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ADHD part, it's generally a lack of focus. That's been a big battle of mine, is with my video gaming. I was a former semi-pro in Halo 5 Guardians, and ever since I got diagnosed, it's big time. I mean, I made it to the pre-trial, so I kind of consider myself semi-pro, but great times in my life that were kind of shattered by schizoaffective and all that, and I'm still rebuilding. I'm still in recovery for like getting my whole combat effectiveness back and everything in Halo, and it's been a really long, hard battle, but I'm getting better every day. So yeah.
Yeah, you like them first-person shooters, I see.
Oh boy, you better believe it.
Yeah, I'm not very good at first-person shooters.
It just takes like a few weeks of practice. You could do it. Anyone can do it. But yeah. I'd strongly encourage them for any other schizo people out there, because it's like it's more of a game. It's more of a thing where you stay focused on a single point, which is it's very simple. It's very simple and easy to understand. So
I can actually relate to you, because I'm diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder too, bipolar type.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear hallucinations, and I also have mood fluctuations too.
I feel that, dude. I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what was that?
What were you gonna say?
I definitely have mood fluctuations too. It's just that I try not to let them get to me through my coping mechanisms. Basically, I think we'll get into that later, though. I saw the questions, but yeah.
The Hidden Christian says hello, Hidden Christian. Thank you for joining.
Hi.
So when were you diagnosed?
Back in 2018 of I think it was April, yeah. 2018 of April, yeah. And yeah.
And how did you react and your friends and family react?
Well, to be honest with you, a lot of people saw it coming. I was kind
Really?
of the nerd. Yeah, I was kind of the nerd in high school, like the shut-in or the I played video games all day. People suspected that something was going on. I suspected that something was going on. I had a bit of
Oh,
drug use going on, but
yeah,
no one ever thought it would evolve into what it is now. And
yeah,
yeah, yeah, it started with a little leaving the house thing, going on a little adventure in the woods to basically run away from home and never come back. And
oh
it
wow,
turned into a kind of like a war on the voices because I realized, wait a minute, I'm being hurt in a almost like divine way, and I was like, this is not okay.
yeah,
So what I did was I declared war on my voices for hurting me because that's not right in the name of
yeah.
Jesus. So I mean, do you want me to get into like what I did, or I mean,
You
is that
can if you
enough? Or
want to. You can if you
yeah.
want to.
So basically, I was in a hotel and I was like, this is not okay. Like I deserve to be happy. I deserve happiness. I don't deserve to be
Yeah,
hurt. I deserve love. They were doing all kinds of things with that, but what I did was I took a knife and I carved in between my eyebrows a cross, and I spread the blood over my cheeks to declare war on the voices, and that war is still going on to this day. And
wow,
I believe in I did the cross, like obviously in the name of Jesus, but I did that with the
yeah,
power of Christ in mind to say, look, voices, this is not going to go on. And at that moment, I believe that I knew that it was a war, and now at this moment that I'm speaking right now, I'm in my own house. I all paid for by SSI.
yeah.
I get help from my mom. I've been living successfully here for about 6 months, and before that, I was in my own apartment. Never had any
Yeah,
problems. I try, I like, and just to like, in retrospective, I've never been violent to anybody once in my life. I don't believe in that. I
yeah,
only believe in like, I completely understand like the stigma with that. But what I
yeah,
only believe is like fighting the bad voices or the ones that want to inflict harm in the name of Jesus. They need to be get rid of, and that's what
yeah,
I
yeah,
do. Like I mean, I have a lot to say on the mental health side, the mental health workers,
yeah,
but I don't believe in hurting anybody except for the ones that want to cause misery and cause all this terrible stuff to happen, and that is
yeah.
the voices or whatever that cause me these things. So yeah,
I
that's what
understand.
that's the big part that I wanted to just get out. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get what you mean. I'm glad you brought up Jesus. Like, when did you come to know the Lord, and how did you come to know the Lord?
Very long time ago. I was I think I was about. It's actually kind of interesting. I was maybe 6 years old, 6 or 7, and I've been going to church all my life,
Yeah,
and the basis of my belief is joy. I believe that
yeah,
Christianity should be fun, and that like you like a sense of community and belonging, and having friends, having good reasonable conversations, and having your voice heard, and listening to people, and like playing games and stuff. And that's exactly what our church was about, was like
yeah,
worship through joy. And like the more joy you have in the name of Jesus, the that's a good thing. Yeah. So, and
yeah.
that I've been doing, that was Damascus Road Community Church in Frederick. I've been a part. I wish I could be a part of that community again because I loved it so much. But I've been a Christian. I mean, yeah, I've been a Christian since a very long time, and that's when I discovered Jesus. So
Oh
yeah.
wow, that's awesome. How has your faith helped you dealing with your mental illness?
Um. Gosh. So this is kind of how I look at it. Like, I strayed. I strayed from the Lord in when I was maybe once I went to high school. Like, I left homeschool. I kind of I strayed from Jesus. I left homeschool, which was
Yeah.
Christ centered. I went to public high school, and I gave into temptation, and I learned a lot. I learned a
Yeah.
lot from high school, but then I realized like I'm not happy. Something's not right. Something just ain't right. I'm diagnosed as schizoaffective, and so I said I remember I remember my faith and how much joy that brought me, and I was
Yeah.
like, all right, so I'm going to Jesus help me. Like not only just help me, but help me to enjoy my life once again and
Yeah.
prosper and all that. So that's what I did, and I mean, let me just give you an example of. Let me just show you of some of the things that give me joy right now. Well, this is one thing.
Okay.
I've got my controller right here. I connect it to my phone. I play all
Oh, you
kinds of
like
video games.
Xbox?
Yep, yep. I play a GeForce Now and Xbox. That's one of the things that gives me
Okay.
joy. But
Yeah.
this is something that's really cool. It's Legos. The got Grogu right here. Got a BD1
Okay.
right here, and this is one of the things that gives me joy. I now that I have turned to Jesus, things like this are possible. Now that I've turned to
Yeah.
Jesus, is like all these childhood things
Oh
that
wow.
I used to love. I've been getting them back, like
Yeah.
a whole slew of things. So like if I didn't turn to Jesus, um, and like talk to him. I mean, I'm sure you know what that is, but
Yeah.
and get guided by him. I guess you'd say guided by him through all my woes and stuff. The war is still going
Yeah.
on, but I'm still able to like make stuff like this, and I have a
That's
whole collection I'd
awesome.
like to show you later. A whole collection I'd like to show you
Okay.
once we have the opportunity. So yeah,
That's amazing. You have like good. So you're good with your hands, basically.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a former swimmer, competitive swimmer for as of 17
Oh
years. I
wow.
stopped in high school, and I kind of had to stop because of my illness and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. The Hidden
Mhm.
Christian says, "I love video games too, brother." I find that video games actually has a lot of like is actually very beneficial towards people like us. Like,
Absolutely, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, they have such a multitude of uses to relax or get passionate. Like you got your little
exactly.
Animal Crossing games for like just sitting back, relaxing, building your own little town. Then you've
Yeah,
got like Halo for like going wild, or Destiny, or
yeah.
you
Like I remember
know,
I used to when I had my PlayStation 3, I used to play Batman Arkham City, and I used to get lost in that game.
that's a great game. I want to play Arkham Knight
Mm.
so bad. I just got Game Pass. I'm
I
really
haven't
excited to
played
get
that.
started on that. Yeah.
I heard that game is pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
I think
Um,
it's the best. Well, anyway, go ahead.
yeah, it's the best Batman game you were gonna say.
I think it is. It's got the whole car thing going. It's got the Batmobile thing going. It's
Oh
a whole.
yeah,
It takes place in Gotham, like the whole city available, open world, everything. The graphics are good.
yeah,
Oh my gosh,
yeah. I
so fun.
saw a walkthrough on that game, and it looks pretty bad. It looks pretty good. Like, um, so
Yeah.
do you think that taking medication displays a lack of trust in God? Why or why not?
I think, well, here's the thing that I believe. Like it says in the Bible that God gave everybody free will. I believe that to be true.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
I mean, but with that comes a lot of responsibility in terms of like, seeing what works for you and what doesn't. And, you
yeah,
know, but it also comes back to joy. Like if you're not enjoying your life, I think you should speak up to whoever is, prescribing them and say, "Hey, like this isn't making me feel good. I want to enjoy my life. I don't feel right." Now I know nothing's perfect. I know that. But in
yeah,
terms of like medication, like I think there's a lot of trial and error. I hear they have gene site tests. I'm a big fan of those. That's how I discovered my Strattera, which I love
yeah,
greatly. There's gene site tests, and just trial and error, but you really do got to find the stuff that works like for you, and everybody's different. But
yeah,
I definitely believe that this life is not meant. I don't think God put us here entirely to suffer. It's
yeah,
not going to be easy, but I don't think that like I don't think taking something that makes you feel bad is a good thing. So
yeah.
it's definitely a lot of work to find what works. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I can agree with that.
yeah.
What is something you wish others understood about mental illness?
I wish that they understood that stigmatization is the stigma part is a big deal, and it can really hurt some people. It hurt me.
Yeah,
And people don't understand that, like, with all that they go through, um with stigmatization, or the voices, or just the pain or whatever, these kinds of people don't need to be hurt by more than what they're already hurt by. And that's why I say,
yes,
like, the big thing for schizos is love. They need love.
yes,
They don't need to be put down, they need to be brought up. That's what I would say.
exactly.
Especially in my case. Like, let me put it this way: I've never had a girlfriend once in my life. I've never done anything
Really?
like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
And that is not even entirely by choice. It's just that I've been too busy with video games, which are my passion, and like
Yeah,
swimming and school, and but the thing is, I like when I got here's an example of what I mean. When I got this stigma, this mental illness, it almost felt like, and it's hard to say, but it almost felt like all that work, all my effort that I did in my life, just kind of got overridden by what my family saw in me as a mental illness that was just like, you see what I'm saying? Like a stigma
yeah,
that was like overriding all the good in my life that I had done with all the bad. And I was like, what is going on?
yeah.
How is all this, like, how is one little diagnosis gonna, so you
Yeah,
hopefully understand what I'm saying. Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. Like,
And
I
yeah.
yeah, I get it. Like, it's definitely, but yeah, the stigmatization of mental illness is a serious thing. Like, it's definitely, I feel like it's even stigmatized even within the church too.
Oh yeah. In fact, I've experienced that when I went to a church. I just, like, for example, like I just said, oh yeah, I have a schizoaffective disorder, and the guy just was just like, and I was like, well, okay, I guess I don't know. I just kind of just left, and I didn't know what to do. So
Yeah,
I yeah.
I've experienced that too. Like when I used to go to a church where as soon as I told people, because at the time when I was going to this church, I just thought I had bipolar disorder, and I told some people at the church that I had bipolar disorder, and they
Yeah.
actually started treating me like I was a piece of crap. Like,
Been there, done
yeah,
that. It's just like, as soon as you say the magic words, it's just like they just kind of like, oh, he's a you know what I mean.
yeah,
He's just like a
exactly.
little, and it's just, and for some people, I understand that some people are suffering a lot more
Yeah,
than and but like the stigmatization is, it's wrong. It's wrong to kind of look at another fellow brother, or of Christ, or even just a fellow human being, I could say,
yeah,
and just kind of like just put them down. It's not right. It's not right.
that's
It
true.
hurts, and it's not what they need. It's not what they need.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
yeah.
So what has dealing with your mental illness taught you about God?
Um. The word. I mean, this is a given, but the Lord works in mysterious ways. That's definitely a given.
Yeah,
But more importantly, um, God God has ways of showing you signs that he's working in your life, and signs that you are also like a human with imperfect faults and stuff like that needs to be
right,
worked on, and all that, if that makes sense. Like we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect,
right,
but he definitely shows you signs, and signs that just kind of show like I'm here for you, but
yeah,
everything's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna and trust, like the way that he says it, that God shows me, is kind of like, trust in me, and I'll show you the way. I'll guide you,
yeah,
and you can choose to like do good or do evil, and you
yeah,
trust in me. You're gonna see, and that's what I did, and look where I am right now. I'm better than I've
yeah,
ever been. Yeah.
yeah. What you just said reminded me of 2 Corinthians 12, where Paul, you're probably familiar with this, where Paul said was given a thorn in his flesh to keep him humble, and he prayed 3 times to God to take it away. And then Jesus said, "My grace is sufficient for you." And he said, "For my power is made perfect in weakness."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Actually makes a lot of sense. I haven't referred to that exact verse, but I have found that to be true, and that my voices kind of mock me for like
Yeah.
being only an evangelist or a Christian or whatever you want to call it. But like
Yeah.
I dabbled in Buddhism. I have different thoughts on that, but I'm primarily
Yeah.
a Christian. I'm primarily a Christian, and my voices kind of mock me for that because they're like, wait, he's getting all this right. He's like getting food, and he's like doing well, and he's only a Christian. And I'm like, well, yeah, like that's kind of that's what it says in the Bible. Like he's the one true God and all
Yeah.
that stuff is for real. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Um. Where was I? Oh, what do you think is the cause of mental illness?
Oh, oh goodness. So I'm not exactly a medical expert, so I wouldn't know for sure. I would guess maybe some of it's genetics.
Yeah.
A lot of it is experience. Now, let's take for
Yeah.
example, say like in South Africa, it's very much more like a divine, like for in America, it's a lot of delusional thinking. It's a lot of um, it could be violence. It could be a lot of like strange, hard to deal with symptoms. Whereas in South Africa, it's very much like divine, like more like crazy hallucinations and less
Yeah.
delusions. If you know the difference,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and they believe in they like schizophrenics are very much respected in South Africa and
Yeah.
stuff
They
like that
actually
in other
treat them
countries.
like
Yeah,
shamans. They treat them like shamans.
yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
shaman. Yeah, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
great way. Yeah, it's a great way to describe it. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, but as far as in America, what causes it? I would have to guess it would. I don't know. I mean, some of it. There's so many factors. Some of it could be genetic. Some of it could be like your experience, maybe with drugs, or maybe with.
Yeah.
The honest answer is I have no idea, but I would
That's
say a
fair.
lot of experience. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think there's a purpose behind mental illness?
For me, it was a calling. It was a
Yeah.
calling to to take leadership in my life, I guess you could say.
What do you mean by
But
that?
like like at the time that I was diagnosed, I was not feeling right. I was struggling a lot with I was very much in pain, and then like what happened was I got diagnosed with the illness, and I got into even more pain, like an unholy
Yeah.
amount of pain. And I was like, this isn't going to work. Like I got to do something about this, or I'm gonna suffer a lot. So that's what I did. I could tell you all about my adventures with voluntary homelessness. I've done that to oddly enough, start a business to help other homeless people and disabled people like myself. But
Oh
more
wow.
importantly, yeah, yeah, it's a serious thing. I've been researching this for as long as I can. 5 years, 5 years. But
Wow.
anyway, yeah, it's very much real, and I've came up with something that I really like. But more importantly, it was to help myself to get um, not just the help I need from like people that actually care, but also to uh, find different ways of living that benefit me most. So, and that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
I could go on and on about stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah. It's interesting you bring up the homeless. By the way, I've been homeless myself too many times, but the Hidden Christian actually has a channel where he's gonna start he's gonna pass out money to the homeless and give them cigarettes, and he's gonna tell them the gospel.
yeah. My view on this is very different. It's more like an upgraded tent. It's basically
Yeah.
a $1,000 house.
Oh
Like
wow.
it's a house that you can. It's a tent that is a house that you can live in and carry with you on your back and set up
Yeah.
anywhere and just live anywhere in the globe, regardless of the climate, and just keep on walking and walking and walking and walking. And
Yeah.
it's basically like it's basically a tent with AC, a solar panel, and a water filter, and you can live in it. You can just sleep in it, and
Yeah.
you set it up, you go into it, you're warm, no matter where you go, no matter where you go.
That's pretty cool. I like
Yeah.
that. So what are your thoughts concerning Christian counseling versus secular counseling?
Whew. Well, to be honest with you, I haven't actually seen a real therapist in 5 years, so I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's actually something that's kind of a not. It's one of those things about. I'm sure you're familiar with the mental illness industry. How they like speaking out specifically to my current people, go getters. They have not provided me the therapy that I've needed, so I don't really know. I mean the one therapist that I did have for this was at Clearview, and they were good. They were
Oh,
really
do you
good.
live in Utah?
No. Maryland.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, it was a play. It was like a mental health like rehab called Clearview in
Okay.
Frederick, where I'm from, and
Okay.
the therapist I had there was great, and
Yeah.
she was actually very much holistic, so
Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily Christian or secular. It was holistic, and she was great, but
Yeah.
she had her problems, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as far as secular versus Christian, I don't know because I haven't seen a Christian therapist.
Yeah.
I believe. I mean, that's I, I I have guides in my life. If you know what those are, like guides, like.
No,
But
what's that?
well, this is something me. I actually have a friend that kind of knows what I'm talking. It's like it's like good voices and bad voices. The good voices guide you. The bad voices are out to hurt you.
Oh, I know what
Yeah, like
you're talking
guides.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of
Okay.
the only therapist I've really had in the past, I would say
Yeah.
3 to 4 years, and then 5 years ago when I got diagnosed, I had a really good therapist, Laura. She was great, and
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just have a lot of guides.
Yeah, I
So
didn't know what you meant because my voices are always negative. Like I don't have good
yeah,
voices.
yeah.
Like so
See,
why aren't
yeah.
so how, do you just not want to see a therapist or?
No. I've been begging for one, dude. I've been begging
Oh,
for one.
really?
Oh my gosh. I have told go-getters maybe I don't even know 20 times now that I need to see a therapist because I have a lot of delusions that I need a reality check with. A lot
You
of like
know,
crazy stuff. Yeah.
if you go on Psychology Today, you can actually look up if you go.
Yeah.
They have a filter that says find a therapist, and you can find a therapist in your area. And you could they accept Medicaid and they accept Medicare, and you can even find a Christian therapist on there too.
Yeah, you're right. It's just that with my situation and I'm in a kind of it's not exactly I can't straight up. I'm
Oh,
not
you
allowed
can't.
to.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Un Unfortunately, I mean, in about a few months, I'll be able to do whatever I want. But yeah,
Okay.
soon enough. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, here's a fun question. You kind of answered this one already, but I'll ask it again. What kinds of things do you love to do to help you cope with your mental illness?
Um. So, do you want to see the Lego collection right now?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Here. So obviously Legos, video games. I get a lot of exercise, and
Yeah.
I did have a bike. It got stolen, but I go for walks every single day. All right,
Wow.
so hold on. Let me. Hopefully, I'm going to take out the power of my dongle. Hopefully, they'll stay connected to the internet. So, moment of truth.
Um,
Oh God. Oh, there we go. It works. It works.
okay. Oh crap. Oh.
Sorry about the mess, but
That's okay.
I'm just taking my phone. I'm actually connected to Ethernet right now on my phone. That's how I do my games for the best latency. But check it out. This is my whole Lego collection.
Oh wow.
Yep, there's the Ford
Okay.
GT right there. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah.
You made that?
Every single one of these, I built every single one of these. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
So yeah. Got Buzz Lightyear over there, and yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just continue this right here. Let's see here. Can I?
Yeah.
There
So
we
you,
go.
how long does it take for you to build something with Legos?
A long time. A long time. Can you see me okay?
Yeah, I can see you.
Here, let's just kind of like. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Ford GT took me days. These little cars right here, maybe like an hour or like 30 minutes to an
Okay.
hour. The Ford GT under the table took me about gosh, 3 days. 3 days.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you could see the Batmobile and the ATTE. Um,
Um.
yeah,
Well.
there's a
Oh, I
Batmobile.
see it. That's pretty cool. I like that.
And if you notice, there's a tiny little thing right there. That's a Van Gogh and his Starry Night. I'm working on that one right now. It's
Oh, really?
actually yeah. It's like a 3D Lego painting of Starry Night by Van Gogh.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's
So
awesome.
I'm really excited to get working on that.
Yeah.
Healthy eating is a big one. I try to eat
Yeah.
healthy as much as I can. The more healthy I eat, the better I feel. If I just go and get like an $8 pizza at Domino's, I will feel terrible.
Yeah.
So lots of veggies, lean meats, lots of protein drinks. That's a big one. Let me think
Yeah.
here. And the number one thing that I want to do is get a girlfriend because I haven't had one once in my life, and I really want to get like
Yeah.
some kind of relationship going. And it's been a big desire of mine. So I'm hoping that'll help me, add
That's
on to the yeah.
there's actually a dating site. A friend of mine was telling me about this a while back. It's called nolongerlonely.com, where people with mental illness to meet each other.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah, it's called
yeah.
nolongerlonely.com.
I think I did see something. I might have signed up for it, but yeah, I could do that. Yeah, that'd be great.
Glorifying and enjoying God said, "How did you get into Lego sculptures?"
Oh gosh, I've been building Legos since I was in diapers, basically. I would have a
Oh
whole
wow!
like yeah, like a whole like just random Legos I would build, houses or starships or whatever. And then like my little I got out of all these rehabs and stuff, and I got to here, and I was like, I saw Legos at Walmart, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like I just moved to Easton, and I was like, oh my gosh, like there's all these Legos here, and I have money now because my mom was paying my rent and stuff. So I was like, let's go. This is gonna be the next thing. So yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like, yeah, that's. I have never been good with Legos. Even as a kid, I would get frustrated with them and I just give up. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely an acquired taste. Hold on, my leg is falling asleep. There we go. Can you see me okay?
yeah. My wife's nephew is really good with Legos, though.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like once I get started on a set, I can't stop just because I just love them
Yeah,
that much. But like some,
that's
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
the like see the thing you gotta understand is that the smaller ones are actually better because the little guys fit in them. Now the big
Yeah,
ones not so much, not so much. Those aren't proportional to the Lego guys, but like these ones are like $25 per car.
wow,
I mean you could just get like a few of those and just take your time or whatever. It'd be great. Yeah.
that's pretty cool. So, this is my favorite question I like to ask people. So in John chapter, I think it's John. No, it's John chapter 9. Um, the Jesus and his disciples run across a man born blind, and the disciples ask him who sinned, his parents or this man that he was born blind. And
Hmm.
Jesus said, neither his parents nor he sinned, but the man was born blind so that the glory of God can be displayed in him. So my question to you
Huh.
is, how does mental illness display the glory of God?
It's kind of what I said. I didn't. That's actually really interesting. It's kind of what I said earlier. Like like it was a calling to me to like better my life and do right by myself, to actively like use all my God-given gifts, that I've, all my athleticism that I built over the years, all my focus that I've gotten from video games, all the stuff to do great
Yeah,
things like my voluntary homeless business, and all kinds of stuff. And that's what I've been. That's what I think. I mean, and there's another man, Elliot Hulse. He says that, I think he makes a great point. He says that if you have like an injury or a disability, you have to use that disability as a man, or I guess a woman, to like use that and make it yours, make it your own, and like use it to
yeah,
become stronger, is what he said. So yeah,
yeah.
I think I think that's kind of true. I think that's
I think
interesting.
that's true too. Like I believe that I kind of believe mental illness is a gift. Like I believe that.
Yeah, I definitely
Um,
think it can be a gift and a curse, if you will.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean it
Bless
is
me.
a hard, it is a struggle, but in some senses, it's a gift because it kind of like it gives us it gives us talents that I feel like other people don't have. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I could go on about all the kinds of things that like I've learned from mental illness and what I aim to do with it. And I mean,
yeah,
it's really nothing I haven't already said. It's just like I want to get my focus back with Halo,
yeah,
and but ideally play other games and like understand those game mechanics, and do all kinds of other. I mean, the sky is the limit now. I mean, I'm retired. I can do whatever I need to. I can do whatever I want.
yeah.
So I can do like anything now.
Have you ever
So
thought about like video game testing?
I would like to do that.
Yeah,
And to be honest with you, let me tell you, I know the pro scene a little bit. It's not a good scene. It's not a good scene at all. It's not a healthy scene
yeah,
or anything like that. Of like any kind of game, Apex or Halo. It's not. It's full of all kinds of weird, shady stuff, and it's fueled by drugs. So
yeah,
if I could maybe like bring some light to that, and like show them like, or maybe just take for example, instead of like Adderall, for example, is highly abused in competitive gaming, maybe introduce to them
yeah,
like like GABA, the supplement, and like healthy supplement use or something like that. So,
yeah.
but sorry, what was the question? I kind of got carried away there.
Um. Oh, how does mental illness display the glory of God?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you have a lot of pressure on you with like mental illness. There's a lot of pressure for you by the voices and stigma. Diamonds are made under pressure. I mean,
Yeah,
you gotta like, I mean, in a way, you gotta, I guess, use that mental illness as a gift to push you forward and become stronger. And that's exactly what I aim to do with mine. And I'd encourage other people to do the same. Now,
yeah,
the thing is in America, it's hard to do that when you're paying rent all the time, and that's what I aim to change with my business, is empower people to live in
yeah,
really cheap housing. And yeah, yeah.
yeah. That makes sense. Um. That so that's all for my questions. Did you have any questions for me?
Um, I, I'm sorry, I don't really know what to ask. I mean,
You can ask anything you want.
other than, so like, I guess you could say like when you have a delusion, for example, like what do you do about that? What's your, oh yeah, what are your coping mechanisms? Or just, you could just name a few.
Well, the last time I had a delusion was actually fairly recently. Like I was believing I went into a mania episode, and I was believing Donald Trump was sending me secret messages in my head. And actually, my wife and my sister both at the same time talked me down out of a manic episode.
Oh wow, wow. See, that
Yeah,
was actually one of my fantasies. Is like I want to get like a girlfriend that can kind of like wrestle me down to the floor, and like when I'm having an episode, and like kiss me and be like, all right, time to go to the hospital. Like I love you, but I have to wrestle you down to the floor and stuff like that. That's kind of one of my fantasies.
Yeah, it's definitely good if you have people that support you. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So
yeah,
I just thought that'd be funny, but yeah.
yeah. No, I understand that. So yeah, that's all I have. Thank you very much for coming on here. I know it takes a lot of courage to come on here, so I thank you for coming on here to share your story.
Yeah, no problem. This is really nothing. It's really nothing. But thank you for having me. I enjoyed this very much.
Yeah, if you ever want to come back on, you're more than welcome.
Awesome.
Um,
Thank you. And what was
yeah,
your name again?
David,
David.
Sarche.
Nice to meet you,
Yes.
Bradley.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. And I want to thank the viewers for watching this. I want to thank the viewers that are going to watch the playback to this. Please consider leaving a like to this stream and consider subscribing to the channel. And if you've been blessed by the Christ Center Mental Health Ministry, please consider pledging to the ministry Patreon. If you pledge to the ministry Patreon of a total of $5 or more, I'll send you free copies of my books, my autobiography, my book On Faith and Mental Illness from a Biblical Perspective, 1 and 2, and my devotional through the Proverbs. And if you don't want to pledge to the ministry Patreon, you can always Cash App or Venmo me at least $10 for a donation. I'll still send you the books for free. Yeah, so that's all I have to say. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bradley, and everybody, and have a good day. God bless you, and stay strong in
Awesome.
the Lord.
Thank you.
All
See
right.
you guys.
Thank you. See
Bye.
ya. Bye.